Hello, my listeners. Welcome to the post-game show after the Leafs lost 5-2 to the Montreal Canadiens. I'm going to take you to the full post-game media uh, press conference right now.
It's just obviously second period was real tough. I mean, just didn't respond well after we got down two. You know, we've been playing pretty well to that point. Obviously, they capitalized on a couple of chances, and you know, we just weren't able to kind of get things going in the second period really until really late, and you know, put us in a big hole. So, you know, fought hard to the end, and you know, kept it a game, but just too big of a hole that they got to.
How much of the injuries made it tough to kind of get that momentum going in a positive direction this week?
There's no excuses. I think you know, I think we believe we have a very deep team. Obviously, missing some really good key players, but I think that's where you want to rely on your game and the identity that you build. And you know, we're still having that come together consistently. So we got to continue to stay with it and work through it. And as we get guys back, obviously, it'll be good for our group. But whatever the case is, you know, we have the capability of being more consistent and doing what we need to do to earn results.
Why do you think things went the way they did in the second? Was it something they were doing?
Well, I think they started feeling pretty good. They obviously generated some speed, and you know, they generated, you know, were able to generate some power plays and get the puck movement, and obviously start feeling pretty good. And you know, we just weren't able to get off our heels there for a good portion of it, and then, you know, we give up the early one, which really hurts. That continues to feed into life into their game, and for us to continue to have to you know, dig out a bigger and bigger hole. So we have to do a better job of maintaining, you know, momentum other team can build, and then how we get our game going, you know, the other direction, and staying with it, and battling through times like that. I mean, it's going to happen. That's the nature of the league and playing good teams, being on the road. Players make plays, but you know, we didn't handle the momentum as well as we could have.
What's the level of frustration?
On his game, frustrating to see that result for him.
Yeah, I mean, as a group, that's, you know, that's the ultimate one on us when, you know, you leave your goalie out to dry and he's giving you everything he's got, keeping you in the game, and we're just not executing well enough to, you know, turn the game around and obviously get us back in it, give him a break, and obviously provide some run support.
What's the level of frustration in the room right now? It seems like you get a couple games with some momentum, and then there'd be like a baby step backwards.
Yeah, I mean, we're not happy with, you know, not being able to kind of really get things rolling, and you know, I don't want to use the word frustrating, but obviously we're continuing to work through things here, and you know, we're obviously continuing to find our way, and just got to stay with it. I mean, you know, it's not an excuse to say it's a long season, but it's can be heavy when you wanna analyze everything up until this point. I think, you know, we got to continue to stay with it day to day, build on the things that we've done well, and obviously today wasn't good enough. So we know we got to regroup here, have a few days, and get right back at it.
What happened in that second period that allowed them to kind of take control of this one?
No, I thought we came out and not sticking to the game plan a little bit right away in the second and turn. They got a couple really good chances right away in the second, and we and then penalties kind of got us out of the rhythm a little bit. And I mean, they're good on the power play, so but I thought did a good job on the PK for the most part, but it's just hard to get something going when you're in the box.
Why do you think it's been so challenging for the group to string together like 3-4 games of strong play?
I wish I knew. Obviously, that's something that we're working towards, working to get the full 60-minute game. With that being said, I do feel like we've been taking some steps in the right direction. So it's been better lately, but with that being said, not good enough, obviously. So we have to keep working hard, keep doing the right things, and I thought we came out really good in the first, and that's kind of how we have to play. But like you guys said, I think sustain that and know how we get to that point. We just gotta keep going, but we can't really do that right now. So it's we just gotta keep working on it.
6 regulars out of the lineup, and then Jake leaves this game. How difficult is it to build momentum when you're dealing with all these injuries?
Yeah, but at the same time, like I said, I think we've been playing some good hockey lately. Been getting some points out of games, but still shooting ourselves in the foot a little bit with a couple bad plays, and so we need to work on that.
What did you make of Joseph Woll's night before he did the dunk? It seemed like he was really giving you guys a chance.
Yeah, I obviously feel bad for him getting pulled there. I thought he played an unbelievable game, so it's not fun to see him getting pulled. Obviously playing a really good game. So no, I thought he was unbelievable. Could have been a lot worse.
Would you make it Dakota willing to drop the gloves there with a pretty big customer?
Yeah, no, it's good to see. Obviously, that's one thing that I like. We're sticking up to each other, and we need more of that.
How frustrated are you with the slash you took to the back of the leg there?
It's part of it. I give and take a little bit, so yeah, it's part of it.
There in that second period that allowed Montreal to kind of take over.
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, we had a pretty good start that we liked in the first. In their building, I think they fed off some energy. They got some momentum, and obviously some penalties. Did a good job, for the most part, killing those. And but they rode the wave of momentum better.
How tough was it to lose Jake too? Because you really got some of the guys out there lineup, and he was a pretty solid guy back there. I just think that.
Yeah, it does. He's a guy that obviously eats a lot of minutes. Plays the hard areas of the game, and on the penalty kill too. He's a guy that eats a lot of minutes for us, and a guy that we look to a lot through the course of the game, following his leadership. So he's a warrior. You even see him finishing that shift. So it's a huge credit to him. Obviously, we missed him big time the rest of the way.
Did you take a sticker puck that was on the throat as well?
Yeah, it kind of came up. I did. At first wasn't really sure. Obviously it stings you, and kind of get through it, and got in here and checked it out, and kind of everything started to settle down a little bit. But yeah.
What's your sense of the group's mood? You guys get a couple good games going, and then it seems like you take a step back. What's your sense of the spirit of the group right now?
Yeah, like before the game, the spirit's good. Our energy in practice, the spirit's been good. Again, we come out and we really had good first for the most part. A couple breakdowns that led to goals. But even through that, obviously they're pushing the second. You still feel like you're going to work your way out of that. Wooler was fantastic. Kept giving us a chance to come back, and then we get one. And even after the second, obviously we're ready to address the issues of what happened there. But the mood was still that if we get one, that we can make a push in the third. So it's a veteran team. Guys know how to respond. Unfortunately, it's hard when you're chasing it that much.
The fight with Jack, how would you describe kind of the emotions of that moment for you? What you're feeling, what you're thinking?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you want to have some pushback. You're down at D, obviously, so that makes it hard maybe earlier in the game for something like that to happen. But he's, obviously he's in his first game, and we know those guys, those brothers are what they want to do. He comes to the net, he's trying to have some pushback, spark something. Late in the game, obviously, we're able to get one, and you just see what happens from there. But just trying to hold your ground, and you don't give an inch.
Wrong in the second period here tonight.
Well, I think we just, gave up all the momentum we built in the first there. I mean, a lot of PKs and stuff, so let them get back into the game. I mean, they made 2 nice plays, scored 2 nice goals, so, and that gave them the momentum there, so I think that was part of it.
Why do you think it's been so challenging this season to get a run of like 3-4 good, strong games?
I don't know. I think part of it maybe is a little bit that today we came out, dominating them, and then they make a nice play and score. And then I feel like we get pushed back on the heels a little bit versus just, keeping on the gas.
How challenging has it been to build momentum with all the injuries? You lose Jake tonight, already down 6 regulars. How much of that is a factor right now?
Yeah, I mean, that's a part of it. But like I've said before, I think this is, builds, character. So obviously it's tough right now, but in the end, I think it'll be good for our group.
Tough to see Joseph exit the game, given how well he was playing.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's more of a wake-up call for the team. I mean, he was standing on his head. I mean, he played an unbelievable game. So it's more for the rest of us to wake up.
What do you think will turn this around for the group?
Yeah, I think, some of the things that we've been doing lately, just sticking to that for 60 minutes. I mean, first period, today, we were dominating them, and then, like I said before, they make one nice play, and then we kind of get pushed back on our heels. I mean, just got to stay with it and stay on top of them, and, it's a tough stretch, and it goes back and forth right now, but we just got to, focus on keeping the foot on the gas.
What would you make of Dakota dropping the gloves there?
Yeah, I mean, showing some character there at the end, and, a lot of guys were battling and, showing a lot of emotion today, so that's great.
I signed into Maple that morning for answers. The doctor confirmed what I had hoped. I wasn't sick. I was pregnant.
Like a light in the night, you will always be my home.
You knew she liked returning gifts, but seriously, a puppy? Next time, give a gift.
What happened in the second period that allowed Montreal to kind of tilt things?
Well, right off the first draw, we got an easy breakout. We just don't make the easy play, turn it over. Now they're in our end. They make a couple plays, passes. They get a couple good looks, and that was basically what the period was. And then we took penalties because you're in your end too much, so we're killing. We kill 3 in a row. Basically, that was the second period.
First of all, how close was the challenge?
Well, it was a tough one. Like, he kind of spun him. Stetcher kind of spun him, and then the shot was off. Like, Wall, probably wouldn't have got there. It was close. It was a tough one.
What did you make of Joseph?
Well, he was excellent. I pulled him there. We were just giving freebies to him. I just said I had enough.
Is that to wake up your team or save Wolves' energy?
Both. Both. We're down a goalie already, so both.
I know there's no magic bullet, but what do you think it will take to turn the team around?
Well, it's, obviously getting some people back in the lineup, but, that definitely is going to help. But until we decide to, dig in and play the right way for 60 minutes on a consistent basis, it's going to be hard to pull yourself out of anything.
You feel like you could strides with that last couple games?
Well, yeah. I would go back probably the last 3 games. I thought we made good strides. I didn't mind our first period. I get there's a couple breakdowns, right? And we're down 2-0, but I just don't understand why we can't go out in the second period and dictate how we're going to play the period. That's the difference for me. They dictated the game in the second period. They put their foot on the gas and took it to us.
John, so how about the momentum in the second period? I think there's a confidence issue when the momentum is shifting that it kind of gets away.
Well, what I've seen few times this year is when, we get down a couple goals at times. This happened in the second period where, we go out there and we just we don't play with any urgency or any confidence in the second period because we get down a couple of goals, and it's like that's an excuse all day long for me. This is a veteran hockey team. It's inexcusable, and it's on me too. It's on all of us, and with a veteran team like that shouldn't happen.
How's Jake McCabe?
Upper body. I don't know the timeline of it right now, but bad enough he couldn't come back and play.
You mentioned it already with the injuries piling up. How difficult has that made it to build momentum for you this stretch?
Well, it makes it difficult for sure, but again, like, it is what it is. This is what we have, and we gotta be better. We gotta be better. That's the bottom line. I mean, we showed we can do it. These guys have been out for a while now. We played some pretty good hockey at times. There was no reason that that didn't happen tonight. And like I said, we came out with that mindset in the first period and did a pretty good job. But can't lose all the momentum because they scored a couple of goals. Like, it's just, that's, like I said, we're a veteran team and it's inexcusable. Yeah, thanks.